Hello viewers and welcome back to Dominion's 4 Thrones of Ascension. So last time, I believe we were continuing our advance down onto the coast here into the Forges of Ullum. With that said, we're just going to really just kind of keep on pressing the assault here, and we're just going to be really moving down the coast. It's been a few turns since we've last left off, so going over just kind of a few things that I've done in the meantime. I've been putting a lot more points into just kind of research, seeing as how we don't really need all of our mages at the front right this minute. So I'm just trying to get some of our magical research things here up to level 5-ish, so we can use well, a few more different spells. One of the things that I am trying to do is that I'm trying to get our conjuration level higher, and conjuration is a spell of essentially summoning different things. We still have a large selection of death gems to use, and we really don't have anything to spend them on, seeing as how the items that we can build are really rather cheap. So with that being said, I'm trying to level up our conjuration somewhere around level 5 or 6, so then hopefully we can summon some more things like that, maybe level 7. With that said, in the meantime, I think what I'll do is that I think I'll start equipping our commanders with these magical quills, which will increase their research. Unfortunately, we only have one guy who can actually make these magical quills, so it's going to be a little bit of time, but as we get more and more of them, we should be able to research a little faster. Apart from that, not much has happened. We did recruit a specialty guy who came out of an event called Denfrozar the Stalker, which is one of the he's a stalker, one of the most feared of all assassins apparently. He's an ethereal unit by himself, so he doesn't need anything to gain this trait, and what I've essentially done with him is that I've equipped him with a little bit of a better weapon called Faithful, and I think we just got this weapon just out of nowhere. And the good thing about it is that it does piercing damage for a sword, which is nice, and it also grants luck in battle, so that's also nice. And I also bought him a Amulet of Giants, so he will be a gigantic unit once in battle, which is going to be pretty cool. Most of it is just troop movements. We are still just kind of summoning the dead over here inside Vanhelm, so let's see. Yeah, we have like a lot of units, so we have about an army of like 200 dead people that we are just kind of having in reserve. In the meantime, our front is being moved up mostly by infantry. So let's end the turn and continue. Yeah, I noticed that the sea people, I think they're the Atlanteans or whatever, they are getting fairly strong, but it should be fine. Another level inside conjuration, so let's check out what we have for that. We can summon some banes and whatnot, and do phoenix power, which is going to be cool. You have some of these specialty spells which increases the ability of your mages in one particular school of magic for the duration of a battle, which is rather nice. And Phoenix Power is one that's rather useful for that, so we can actually use tier 4 fire magic with all of these guys now, so that's going to be rather helpful. But for now, I mean, it's not really that big of a thing. Let's just get our units moving forward. Have a lot of these mages now that I'm just kind of keeping up with our troops. Looks like this guy should also be over here. I bought some of these Earth Shaman people, and I was under the assumption that these guys would be actually really helpful as battlefield healers, but it looks like well, we have to put them onto the front of the lines simply because they're not particularly good at casting their spells. Like, they have a fairly low range, so they have to kind of stick with the infantry columns, and I'm afraid that see, they're up here. And from the looks of it, they're taking some damage because of these arrows. But then again, it looks like I forgot to position our legionnaires. So yeah, they'll be just kind of casting like protection spells and whatnot. Oh, they have some elephants. Maybe that's why. Yeah, elephants. instant break. They have these elephants by default. I mean, their default morale is only 9, so they're fairly easy to break. But they would have done a ton of damage if they reached our front lines. They also have some war dogs here. I think somebody was mentioning something about this, and this was apparently a new unit for the Undead faction, and these are just really rather basic troopers. Yeah, it's kind of that. I mean, our battle plan is kind of worked out already. I'm not really sure what the AI is trying for here. It looks like he just has a bunch of ad hoc units this time, rather than like a formal army, so maybe we're just fighting their little provincial defenders now. But anywho, it looks like they have one really good guy over here. Oh, this is just a heavy infantry unit, so like, yeah, he's gonna die soon. Yeah, so apparently throughout this battle we did manage to lose one of our shaman people, which is a little bit unfortunate. But then again, they weren't really doing all that much, seeing as how they were only level 1 nature mages. Let's take a look at some of the other battles, like this one. But anywho, they should be just kind of pressing forward in this battle. It's just a Prince of Death person again, so let's see what's happening here. Same lineup of items really. I'm thinking of replacing the fire sword with something else. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I did get this pendant of luck item, which will make him lucky, which is essentially making him even harder to hit. So yeah, he should come over here and he should do like, he should kill one person every turn, which isn't very much. Yeah, these guys are probably going to break before anything major happens, because, yeah. Like, our Prince of Death unit, he's fairly effective at just kind of picking out troops like that, but he's not really all that great at doing a lot of damage, seeing as how he, well, he can just kind of nick people like that. He can't really do much more. For some reason, I mean, whether I believe this is because we are over the supply limit for quite a little bit of time here, but like, my legionnaires were Legatus Legionist people are getting a lot of these battle wounds over the turns, and I think it's because they're getting diseases from staying inside the marshlands over here, the dead marshes, for a long period of time. With Wallace being over the supply cap. But anyways, they both of them have quite a lot of battle wounds simply because they are diseased. So we do need to replace those guys as well. So yeah, I'm just going to do that, and as you can see here, we've accumulated like a literal ton of gold. Apparently the currency inside this game, it actually isn't like gold pieces, it's apparently like the amount of pounds of gold you have. So people are actually really highly paid, apparently, seeing as how everything costs upwards of like, you know, tons in gold. Anyways, a little more troop movements. I think what I'll do here is that I will, first and foremost, switch some of these troopers around. So I think I'll give all of the Legion the spearmen over here. Add the banner troops like that, so that should, yeah, that should make our little front guard here a little better. And what I just really want to do here is that I want to lower the amount of supplies the main army needs. And if I move these guys over here, they should be able to either kill these guys or die. Either way, it doesn't really matter. In the meantime, yeah, we just need to get some more troops, put them over here, and then send these guys to the front. Oh, since we can only lead 40 troops, so we're going to send them up just like that. These guys are going to come here, and these guys are hopefully going to wrap around as well. So yeah, the majority of like us doing stuff right now is mainly just moving units, simply because of our starting location, we kind of had to whittle our troops up here. Later on, I believe, if we have time, we can get a magical spell here called Gateway, I think. Is it this one? Yeah, the caster creates a rift in space, allowing him and all the troops under his command to enter a distant laboratory prepared for a second game gateway. So this will be rather useful in that we can just kind of transport our troops really fast with that spell, provided that we have the amount of Astral Gems. And right now, we're gaining a ton of everything pretty much except for Astral Gems, and Astral ones are actually the rarest ones, so that is a little rather unfortunate, but we can use some alchemy to convert the unneeded ones, like the Fire Gems, which we gain a lot, into Astral Pearls or the Death Gems and whatnot, so that should be fine. It's a little expensive doing things like that, but I mean right now we have a little too many of them, and not enough uses for them, so either way it's fine. With that said, let's just continue on battling. Let's see if we can kind of whittle down the people over there inside Ullum. So let's see, this fight, what has happened here? Looks like we were able to push through here, but we did lose a lot of troops. Not really a big battle, so I don't think I'll view it. It looks like, yeah, we're starting to take yeah, for some reason I'm seeing a lot of these battles where it's like, we don't fight anybody, but we're taking losses, so that that would essentially say that our guys are either diseased or they have been poisoned or something, which is rather odd. What else? What else? Our legions are pretty much just rolling forward here. We're starting to smash some. Oh, yeah, some. How many people died from diseases? 2 guys. Okay, well, we're starting to lose commanders, which is bad, but the good thing is that we're building more, which is good. We're trying to siege 2 fortresses here, so I think I'll let those fortress sieges go along. This might be a little risky, but I think what I'll do is that I'll try to fight the enemy here with my Prince of Death, and actually I think I'll move him over here to intercept their army. But I think I'll try to fight that large army solely with the Prince of Death unit, simply because I really want to see what that unit is actually capable of doing on the battlefield. And with that said, I guess we'll just kind of smash him in there. And now that the censor has arrived over here inside Vanhelm, you'll see that our priests, or our thaumaturgs, have been quite busy in summoning their units, so our censor can command like 80 or so of these guys, so we're just going to give him an undead horde pretty much, yeah, just like that. And he's going to lead the first group of these guys out. There's only 36 corpses left inside the province. I think there were more somewhere around this area, somewhere around Shalambath or Chalad. Somewhere around here. Is there? Maybe we need somebody to be inside the provinces before we know, but I remember there was some big battle over there and there were a lot of corpses. Anyhow, the censor is going to be bringing up troops. And one of the things that I noticed was that some of these undead troopers were actually our guys who died in battle, so it's kind of cool that the game remembers that some of our traitorous people over here with the long spears died in battle, so they're going to be resurrected. The nice thing about the undead is that their unit characteristics carry over to the dead version of them, although granted they are a little lower in stats. So I remember the long spear for our long spear people here to be a length 5 weapon, but now it's length 4, which is fine. Oh wait, no, it was length 5. Is it slightly different in any other way? Well, that's rather cool. So I think I'll get him to get the undead people over here, and I'll get that censor to move forward. And everything should be fine. Yeah, a lot of people coming this way are taking diseases for some reason. I don't know the exact cause for it. I mean, I don't believe there is anything here that spreads disease. Okay, this throne increases death, but it doesn't increase disease. There might be like a special provincial thing over here. Is there? No, I don't see any particular change inside the little traits over here, but there might be a magical site that spreads death, and we haven't discovered it, so it might just be kind of present, and that might be why we are suffering so many diseases inside our ranks. But then again, we are moving a large amount of troops, so if you enter like swamp tiles and whatnot, you do have the chance of getting afflictions and suffering attrition. if you go over the supply cap, so that might be that. Unexpected event happened, another battle happened. We probably got our people got beat back. Started to destroy a gate here and another gate here, so just going to let that continue. And let's see what else we can do. Yeah, so this army is going to move over here, and we should probably get these commanders up to the front. And I think I'll get the Censors' army to come around here. This guy can also lead another swath of Undead. Just like that, they'll come forward here as well. The good thing about the Undead Legions is that they don't take anything to supply themselves, but the bad thing about them is that, well, one, they're not really that good in combat, but the second thing is that they don't help out a lot during the sieges. Which make them very, very bothersome in those situations, because how the sieges work inside this game is that you need to break down the door for the fortress, and how you essentially do that is that each and every single human unit counts as one value, and that's compared to the enemy's little force, and it really just sees how many points that they can repair per turn compared to how many points of damage that you can do, I believe. Okay, so these guys are moved up. Maximus over here can command 120 troops, so he should be able to hopefully effectively take over leadership from the other legionist person. Yeah, so just like that, you guys go up there and double line formation, yes. Let's see, box formation for you guys, and then this legionist can just do whatever he wants, really. And that place should be solved. This place has been slowly recruiting some troops for us as well, and I've actually switched production to solely building these guys with the long tower shields and long spears, simply because I found them to be the most useful type of combatants that we have right now. And I'll get the priests, mages, and whatnot to move up, and I think that'll just be that. Okay, let's see. 2 random events happen. We actually got some blood slaves, so that's another magical type of currency, just like the gems. However, we don't really have a lot of uses for them. Oh, this is a battle that we lost at Abbey. Let's view the 2 battles here. So we won a battle here with our Prince of Death. He is essentially going to rout this group of units pretty easily. Where is he? There he is. Ah, some new things here. So these Olym people, you can build some of these mechanical units out of earth gems, and he's built some of these clockwork soldiers, which I've seen before. These guys are essentially average troops with low hit points, high protection, but the special thing about them is that, well, for one, they can go in underwater and fight, although they're not as effective. They're magical beings, so you do need a magical commander to just kind of wheel them around. But the thing about them is that they have this exhaustion thing every turn. So because they are clockwork units, the background for them is that I think they have a limited amount of time on the battlefield, where it's like, since their fatigue is constantly increasing, they're only really effective for the first little bit before they need to just kind of stop and to rest, is what I would imagine that it needs to. But yeah, there's kind of that. He's built some of these earth elementals, which I haven't seen before, but from the looks of it, they are little crusher units. They are able to trample things just like the elephants, which is rather useful. And they don't have eyes, so they can't be blinded. Some terracotta soldiers, again another earth thing. High defense, overall decent stats, a little slow. And how you make these guys is that you need a, well, for them, they need a Dwarven Smith, which is this guy. High research ability, decent earth magic level. A little poor on the fire magic though. With earth magic, I believe you can make an item called the Boots of Earth when you have level 2 earth magic. And it'll essentially get you level 3 earth magic by building this boots item. And then from there, I believe you can build another item later on with level 3 earth magic to build into level 4 earth magic. So yeah, these guys, it's only a matter of time before they really level up. The cool thing about these smiths is that, for one, they have a forge bonus here, so they actually can make very cheap magical items. But the main thing is that they are a mundane researcher, so they're actually not affected by the domain scale there, where you can essentially lower the magical ability of your realm, making it so that you have a little more design points to spend, but less research overall. And with this thing, you can essentially stack up that drain modifier for bonus design points for pretty much nothing. But the main thing that I like about these guys is that they give this resource bonus of 10 points. So what you can effectively do is that for heavier units, the ones that cost like 20 resources to build, you can effectively just pump out these smiths and then build them as such. Build like one additional unit every single turn. Oh wow, this is a long battle. Okay, well that's that. But anyways, if you have enough of those Dwarven Smiths, they can really add up over time, and you can really pump out a ton of stuff. What I think I'll do here is, where did my Prince of Death go? Oh, he's over here. He has 15 HP when he's in these regions. I think I'll actually get him to attack this huge stack of troops. And with that said, I think I'll get these bannermen to go into the line here. They'll form a double line formation just like that, and they will hopefully brawl the crap out of there. And in the meantime, I think I'll start moving auxiliary troops in position for another battle there. And for now, let's kick up recruitment. So I'm actually going to go to this fortress, and I'm going to build 2 standard bearers and some more of these legionnaire troops. Because I really want to put that Prince of Death into the fray, and I really want to see what he can do. So yeah, we're just going to kind of go with that, and I think I'll come over here, I'll pick up some fire mages and form another army. How's our conjuration doing? We're at level 4, we're going to get level 5 in a little bit, and I think I'll summon a few things. I think I'll do the revive Banelord commands a few times, so that'll be rather cool to see. With that said, do we have anybody with level 5 or 4 death magic? No, we do not. Okay, well, can we forge an item that can give us that? Let's see. Amulet of the Dead is a green turquoise thing. Creation of ghouls, undead, and people are in. Oh, that'll actually be a really useful item to give our reanimating troops. Right now, I'm trying to find some item that'll increase our ability to summon up the undead, the Bane Lords or whatever. And it doesn't look like we have one, so we can either empower some of our troops or do, or hopefully use some of our gems to actually do that. But I think I'll talk a little bit more about those later on. For now, what I think I'll do is that I'll get these guys, all of them, to forge a few of these amulets of the dead. Yeah, we have a lot of death gems, just an absolute ton of them, so I'm going to get all of them to forge an amulet of the dead, and in a few turns, hopefully they'll be up here summoning up even more undead troopers for us. So let's end the turn and hopefully fight a gigantic battle. Let's see, no gigantic battle, unfortunately. They found our scout though, that's kind of bad. And it looks like we managed to open up the gate over here, so I think I'll, first and foremost, I'll get the undead troops over there, and I think I'll actually break through it. And hopefully slaughter everybody there. These guys need to, first and foremost, equip themselves with the little amulets of the dead. And they're just going to go and reanimate some more corpses and do whatnot. And I forgot about building those quill things for our researchers, unfortunately, so should probably get on that. Yeah, so close it up there, get this guy moving here, get this column here. And I think this guy can make them. Yeah, he can make some of these quills, which will help us out by a little bit. We should be able to actually summon those Death Lords now, or whatever they are, so let's do that. And how this is going to work is that because we don't have somebody with level 4 death skill, I think I can just kind of cast it like this. No, I cannot. Okay, well in that case, what I will be doing is that I will be empowering some of our mages, so they will be able to cast that spell. And what you can do is that if you have enough magical gems, you can effectively permanently level up your troops by using one of these empowerment things. It's going to cost us a lot of gems, but what it essentially is going to do is that it's going to add 1 level to whatever category you like to that particular mage's skills. Generally speaking, I mean, there are more easier ways to do that. For example, if you want to cast high level spells in battle, you can just kind of equip your little priest with magical gems, and they can count as 1 level to whatever element that they so happen to be, and you can kind of use them like that. But I mean, it's like right now, all I really want to do is get rid of those gems, simply because we're just kind of stockpiling them for no real reason. And I'm actually not too familiar with the uses of those things, so I mean, might as well get rid of them. Before these guys move out, before the fire mages move out, I'm actually going to give them each 15 fire gems, because later on I know these things will become, you can only equip gems at certain locations, right? So I want to give these guys a little bit of a stack to use in battle, because some spells do require fire gems, and I guess they'll go into battle and they'll cast a few fire spells for us. Can we equip our guys here with gems? Yeah, we can. So yeah, they can use these gems as +1 to their elemental skill, or alternatively they can use them as little refreshers for their fatigue meter. Again, pretty useful in battle. I think that's really all we had to do, so end the turn there, and hopefully fight a gigantic battle somewhere. Let's see. So we should have attacked some sort of siege. Yeah, we should have stormed the fortress. It looks like the fortress was being manned by 5 people, so we actually lost 32 people in that fight. Most of them are undead, so that's alright. So that's going to be another fortress inside our domain. With that said, I'm just going to do a quick check here if we can lead any more undead here. It looks like it's fine though, so I'm actually going to get Sick Pit over here, the Revenant, to come over here and lead all of the undead troopers, because we really need to get this convoy of reanimators to the front line. And in the meantime, it looks like there will be a battle here. So what I think I'll do is that I'll grab this little stack of not you. Nope, I won't. I only want this guy and this guy. I'll get these 2 parties to come over here, and I'll get these armies to come over here, because either way they're going to fight us somewhere, and I would prefer it if we fought on our own terms. And I think after that we will be fine. This guy needs to keep on making those magical quills and whatnot though. Okay, so that should set up that. These two people can now begin summoning Revenants, I believe. Yeah, they have access to, or no, not Revenants, Bane Lords. So I'm going to get them to summon two of those guys up, and hopefully we are going to be able to convert these Bane Lords into really rather powerful magical beings, which are going to essentially become super combatants, or thuds, as the game community calls them, I think. Anywho, if you equip some of the higher level commanders with magical goods, they become really good in battle, so that's what I'm going to try to do there. And let's see what happened. Do we fight a big battle yet? No. But we should have our armies meet. Yeah, our armies have met up, which is good. And what I think I'll do is that I'll get them to press down here then. And these guys really need to shove forward, so we're going to get them to move. Should have another commander over here, yeah, that's good. Okay, so there we go, now we have another little convoy here, another little army that we can move on the map. Perfect. And yeah, let's just stack some more research there, and let's check out the Bane Lords this time. So these guys are it. They have, oh wow, they have really good stats in every single category actually. These guys are pretty deadly. Decent points and everything, but a little slow on movement. So that might be a little bit of a problem, but from the looks of it, these guys are pretty decent in combat actually, yeah. I think I'll end the video here, and next episode we'll take a look at this fight that's probably going to go down. I'm not sure if the enemy's going to run away or not. After that, I guess we'll just see really what happens. So I think I'll see you guys then. Be sure to like and subscribe. Bye bye.